41. In certain parts of America, tar water is made by putting a quart of cold water to a quart of tar and stirring them well together in a vessel, which is left standing till the tar sinks to the bottom. A glass of water being poured off for a draught is replaced by the same quantity of fresh water, the vessel being shaken and left to stand as before. And this is repeated for every glass, so long as the tar continues to impregnate the water sufficiently, which appears by the smell and taste. But as this method produceth tar water of a nauseous kind, and different degrees of strength, I choose to make it in the following manner. Pour a gallon of cold water on a quart of tar, and stir, work, and mix them thoroughly together with a wooden ladle or chopstick, for the space of 5 or 6 minutes, after which the vessel must stand close covered and unmoved 3 days and nights, that the tar may have full temperature. And then the clear water, having been first carefully skimmed without shaking the vessel, is to be poured off and kept in bottles well stopped for use, no more being made from the same tar, which may still serve for common uses. 44. The luminous spirit, which is the form or life of a plant, from whence its differences and properties flow, is somewhat extremely volatile. It is not the oil, but a thing more subtle, whereof oil is the vehicle, which retains it from flying off, and is lodged in several parts of the plant, particularly in the cells of the bark and in the seeds. This oil, purified and exalted by the organical powers of the plant, and agitated by warmth, becomes a proper receptacle of the spirit, part of which spirit exhales through the leaves and flowers, and part is arrested by this unctuous humor that detains it in the plant. It is to be noted, this essential oil animated, as one may say, with the flavor of the plant, is very different from any spirit that can be procured from the same plant by fermentation. '86. As the body is said to clothe the soul, so the nerves may be said to constitute her inner garment. And as the soul animates the whole, what nearly touches the soul relates to all. Therefore, the asperity of tartarous salts and the fiery acrimony of alkaline salts, irritating and wounding the nerves, produce the general menstruum and seminary seemeth to be only an aggregate of the volatile parts of all human beings, and wretched, even when they are afflicted with no apparent many various effects. This is the latent spring of much woe, spleen, and tedium vitae. Small imperceptible irritations of the minutest fibers or filaments, caused by the pungent salts of wines and sauces, do so shake and disturb the microcosms of high liver, and often raise tempests, being pent up in the viscera, whereas the gentle vibrations that are raised in the nerves by a fine subtle acid, sheathed in a smooth volatile oil, softly stimulating and bracing the nervous vessels 149. And fibers, promote a due circulation.
Fire seems the most elastic and expansive of all bodies. It communicates this quality to moist vapors and dry exhalations when it heats and agitates their parts, cohering closely with them, overcoming their former mutual attraction, and causing them, instead thereof, reciprocally to repel each other and fly asunder with a force proportionable to that wherewith they cohere.
159. No eye could ever hitherto discern, and no sense perceive, the animal spirit in a human body, otherwise than from its effects. The same is said of pure fire, or the heaven is supposed pregnant with perceived only by him that some other body in which it operates under his joint. And we have more than a spirit, being parted by refracting or reflecting bodies, produces 212. A variety of colors. This is the general source of life, spirit, and strength, and therefore of health to all animals, who constantly receive its elapses clothed in air through the lungs and pores of the body. The same spirit imprisoned in food and medicine is conveyed into the stomach, the bowels, the lacteals, circulated and secreted by the several ducts, and distributed throughout the system. Plato, in his Timaeus,
254,
enumerating the ignited juices,
as the natural connection
wine
of
in the
signs
first
with
place,
the things
and
signified
tar
is
second.
regular and constant.
But wine is pressed from the
sort of
grape and fermented by human industry,
and is therefore the immediate effect
of
an
all ignited
intelligent
juices,
cause.
purely natural,
That which acts
tar
naturally
and
is
resin
not
must,
intellection, but a certain power of
moving
moving
matter, which doth not know, but only do. And it must be owned that as faculties are multiplied
255,
by philosophers according to their operations,
nature, saith
the will may be
Dr.
distinguished from
Cudworth,
the intellect,
is not master
but it will
of
not
art or
therefore
wisdom.
follow that the will,
Nature is
which
ratio
operates in the course
mersa
of
et
nature,
confusa,
is not conducted
reason
and
immersed
applied by
and plunged
intellect,
into matter,
although it be granted
and,
that
as
neither
it were,
will
fuddled in
understands
it and
nor
confounded
intellect
with
wills.
it. But the
Therefore,
formation of
phenomena
plants and
nature,
animals,
which strike
the
on
motions of
senses
natural
and are
bodies,
understood by the
their
mind,
various
do form
properties,
not only a
appearances, and
magnificent spectacle,
vicissitudes,
but
in a
also
word,
most
the whole
coherent,
series of things in this
entertaining, and
visible
instructive
world,
discourse.
which we call the
And
course
to
of
effect
nature,
this, they
is
are
so
conducted
wisely
and
managed and
managed
carried on
arranged by the
that the most
greatest
truth
wisdom,
human reason
occasions,
cannot
this
thoroughly
language or
comprehend
discourse
even the
is
least
rather
particle
making
thereof,
attention,
so far as it
interpreted
may
by
seem
different
to be
degrees of
produced
skill.
by
These
fuddled
being
or
so far as
confounded
men have
reason,
studied
are
and
under the
remarked its
direction
rules
of one
and can
agent
interpret
concerning
right,
all for one
so
end,
far they
the
may be
supreme
said to
good.
be knowing in nature.
All those motions,
a beast
whether
is
in
like
animal
a man
bodies
who hears
or in
a
other
strange
parts
tongue,
of the
but
system of
understands
nature,
nothing.
which are not effects of particular wills, seem to spring from the same general cause with the vegetation of plants, an ethereal spirit actuated by a mind.
It is neither acid, nor salt, nor sulfur, nor air, nor ether, nor visible corporeal power, much less the phantom fate or necessity that is the real agent, but, by a certain analysis, a regular connection of elements, we ascend to
320.
the force that produces,
The visible
that
and
order,
corporeal,
the goodness that
inexplicable
protects
essence
the
of
supreme being.
evil, there is, negation is not the object of God's creative power. For motion, the peripatetic suicide works immovable movement. The planets make one author of all good, author of no evil.
But if there are many links in the chain,
According to Anaxagoras, there is a complete mass of all things in one chaos, but no hooks of the distinguished and divided them. Anaxagoras, it seems, ascribed the motor faculty to mind, which comes subsequent philosophers
struggle
of soul
upwards
and
into
life,
the light of
ascribing
truth.
to it the
Yet
sole
as this
faculty of
gradually
intellection.
dawns, further discoveries still correct the style and clear up the notions.